Hello everybody, it is the Doctor. Welcome back to another Starship review. This time I've got an escort to show you, and I am here on the Valiant Doctor, who is my tactical character, fully leveled up and has all the reputations leveled up as well. I have access to all the gear I need. In fact, this was the very character that I showed to you. That other escort that I used, the Undine Nakor, I used the entire counter command reputation gear. This time I am flying an escort that is similar to the Undine Nakor. However, I am not going to use the counter command gear. I am going to use more standard fare Omega gear, which most people level up in first of the reputations before any of the other ones. So, without further ado, let me show you the Contortrix. This is a Xindi-Reptilian Escort. And here's all the stats on it. I'm going to read from another webpage beside me over here. The Xindi-Reptilian Contortrix Escort is an Admiral Tier 5 level escort. The Contortrix has long been a last line of defense of the Xindi people. Despite their aged design, these nimble escorts remain capable of holding their own in battle against modern aggressors, but are usually held in reserve for coordinated hit-and-run strikes, while allowing the larger aquatic dreadnoughts to patrol their borders against aggressive threats. This vessel is equipped with a console universal Xindi weapon platform, which summons a modern replica of the famed superweapon that was once developed for use against humanity. This weapon platform will defend the ship that summons it, periodically firing heavy beam attacks at the summoner's current target. If no foe is targeted, the weapon platform is also capable of attacking nearby foes independently. It is available to all captains as a purchase from the low-buy store for 800 low-buy, or you can get it from the exchange, which is right here, for 94.8 million energy credits. Let's see what else. Based on the Xindi-Reptilian ship from the third season of Enterprise, the Contortrix has a flattened design with two main warp appendages to either side of the main hull. Taking many of the aspects of recent ships like the Hirogen Hunter Heavy Escort, the Avenger Battlecruiser, and the Nakor Biowarship, the Contortrix takes the escort's offensive or nothing approach to its ultimate conclusion. 5 tactical consoles, a commander tactical, 5 4-weapon slots, and a turn rate of 17 give the ship an incredible amount of hitting power. While the ship is not particularly durable, with a low hull strength compared to other escorts, it does have a Lieutenant Commander Engineering to give it some survivability options. Statistically, the Contortrix would seem to be an upgrade of the Fleet Tactical Escort retrofit. Its shield modifier has been increased, but its size, hull, and maneuverability are the same. Captains already running a Fleet Tactical Escort retrofit with double cannon, torpedo, tactical team, and attack pattern abilities can effectively upgrade to the Contortrix if they use attack pattern or cannon ability recharge duty officers. So, as the wiki over here states, the hull strength on this is pretty low at 33 hull strength. This ship is meant as a hit and run escort. This is not the kind of escort where you can go in and just sit there and do a lot of damage. This is meant to go in, do your damage, and fly out. Because this is, as some people put it, a paper escort or a glass escort. It's very fragile. But to make up for that, it does have that 5 forward weapon slots, of course only 2 aft. It's only got a crew of 50. It's a pretty small ship. Commander Tactical, 1 Ensign Tactical, 1 Lieutenant Commander Engineering, 1 Lieutenant Science, 1 Lieutenant Universal. 5 Tactical, 3 Engineering, 2 Science. Base turn rate is 17, turns very fast. Impulse modifier 0.21, inertia 70, plus 15 to weapon subsystems. It can equip dual cannons or dual heavy cannons, and it has that console, the Xindi weapon platform. It even has a small shield modifier 1.1. So this ship is very much like the ship from Enterprise. You saw it in that series. It's an older style ship, but it's kind of been updated for 25th century Star Trek Online gaming. It has the Xindi weapon platform, which is a smaller version of that platform seen in Enterprise, and I have found it to be somewhat helpful. It does follow you, so you can enable it in space, and then it will follow you wherever you go and fire on your foe. So it's kind of useful in that sense. It's not that powerful, but I guess it adds to you already being really powerful. I guess if you had a high auxiliary, it would be more powerful. I don't have such a high auxiliary on this character. So let's take a look at what this ship is all about. I'm going to bring up the stats, and I'm going to show you my build for this thing. Now remember, there are a million different ways you can build this thing. This is an escort, and you can build it with so many different gear sets, but you want to build it as a ship that's going to be a hit and run ship. So you want to kind of try to keep that in mind with the shield that you're using, the engines that you're using. You want to build a fast shield regen. You want to have resist for sure, but you want to have that fast shield regen. You want to have less bleed through, you know, the 5% bleed through shields. And any type of buff that can improve your engine speed or turn rate is going to be advantageous on this ship. So here I go. Let's look at what I've done on this ship. Like I said, I am using a more standard fare Omega reputation gear set on this ship. I could have gone with the counter command, and that might actually be a viable option, but I am going with the flat out, Mark 12 Omega Force set. And the Omega Force set is really a good offensive set for an escort ship like this, for a hit and run ship. It's not good for tanking because the shield strength on the Omega set is very low, but it has these buffs that can be applied and enabled, like the one right here that's in yellow that says Energy Wake, that can increase things like your flight speed and your flight turn rate when they proc. So these are very good abilities on an escort like this for a hit and run if you're going in, shooting, and then going back out. So let's go over the deflector, impulse, and shield first. Then we'll do the warp core, and then we'll do the weapons and all that. So the deflector is the Omega Force Tachyon Deflector Array. That's the one I'm using. It improves stealth detection, resist, confuse, and placate. It improves my weapon accuracy, very important for an escort. Resist, hold, disable, knock, repel, and slow. Improves knock, repel, and slow, although I'm not using any abilities that do that. It does resist shield drain and energy drain. That's very good. And it improves exotic damage. And I believe that actually I need to check on this. I don't know for 100% sure. I was going to say the Xindi weapon platform exotic damage. You know what? I'm not entirely sure that it's considered exotic damage. I'm not really sure what it is or what buffs it, because it doesn't really say. So I need to look into that actually a little bit. But anyway, that's the deflector. The impulse engine, plus 17.3 flight speed, a plus 23.8 flight turn rate, 100% recharge time reduction on slipstream, and then all power to engines. And then for the shield, this is where the fun stuff comes in. It doesn't have a very high shield capacity. Now, unfortunately, this one does have the 10% bleed through. Remember, I just said you would want a better shield that has a 5% bleed through. Well, this one is not as good as some others that do have 5% bleed through. But it's still not terrible because it has other buffs. It's got the Tetrion Glider and actually the Gravatic Anchor is not really worth it, but the Tetrion Glider set 2 bonus on this is worth it. So when receiving all damage, you got a 50% chance of applying an Energy Wake. The Energy Wake is a plus 5 flight speed for 5 seconds and a plus 30% flight turn rate for 5 seconds. So you get a 50% chance every time you're flying this thing or taking damage that this Energy Wake is going to apply. So you're going to get a flight speed buff and a turn rate buff on your ship just with that shield. Now the other part of it that I like is set 2, the Tetrion Glider, adds an additional shield drain to all energy weapon attacks. So basically you're going to get a shield drain and energy drain added to all your energy weapon attacks by just having 2 of those pieces. Now the Gravatic Anchor is a thing you can fire at enemies. It does some stuff, disables the ability for them to turn and all that. It's not really that useful. I don't use this set for that. But this set is good as an offensive, tactical escort, go in and come out kind of deal. Now, of course, you could do something totally different. There are other shields, like I said, that only have 5% bleed through. There are, there's just so many different ways you could do this. This was just one way that I'm experimenting with, and I actually did use the counter command stuff before I tried that. I did try the counter command stuff. That's also a viable option. It's not too bad, actually. The counter command stuff, the counter command gear, is very good stuff for escorts anyway. In fact, in this very video, I may even try to put that on and try and look at the differences between that, because that is another good option there. But anyway, what I'm going to start off with is that. Then for the warp core, I'm using an Elite Fleet Plasma Integrated Warp Core. This is from the Fleet Spire. This is all about engine buffs and weapon power buffs and all that. Now, as for my weapons, I am using Phased Biomatter. That is the default weapon energy type that comes with the Contortrix. Of course, it comes with the lesser version. It comes with like Mark 10 commons or whatever. So I went ahead and used energy credits, scoured the exchange, and I got these Phased Biomatter ones. So I could use fleet weapons. Obviously, that would do a little more damage probably. But this is basically what the native energy type that the ship came with, so I wanted to exploit that and show that off. And so that's what I got. So what are these all about? Phased Biomatter weapons have a chance to explode on impact, dealing additional damage to all foes near the targeted enemy. So they do use phaser technology. So phaser is the base energy type. But then they have that biomatter kind of modifier to them where they can explode on impact. That's the little special ability it has. So I'm using 4 dual heavy cannons, and boy is this awesome. I am using the Omega Plasma Torpedo Launcher and the Kinetic Cutting Beam, and then the console to go with it. So I've got the actual all 3 pieces of the Omega Adapted Borg technology. And I like that this actually gives me the reactive deflection, which, while going in real fast on an enemy, this can, enable, and you will actually get like all energy resistance. You will take no damage while that's doing its thing, which is pretty cool, and it happens pretty frequently. I'm using just 1 turret in the back. I've got my EPS. I wish I had a Mark 12 very rare, but I've only got 1 rare here. I don't have enough. But just to get the shield capacity up, because that's a big problem on this ship. It is a bit squishy. I have as many phaser damage, consoles as I can put in here. I've got 2 critical severity ones and 2 critical chance ones, and then the other slot is filled by the unique console that comes with the ship. This is the Xindi weapon platform. Summons a level 51 weapon platform that will follow and assist its owner for 60 seconds. And we'll look at the damage in space because it may not be showing it accurate here. Now, this is actually part of a set. There's another thing called a Universal Cascade Resonance Catalyst console, and if you get that, you get a set 2 bonus called Experimental Weaponry. And you get that console from the other Xindi ship, the, I forgot what it's called, the Narcine or something like that, Narcissine or Narcines. It's another Xindi ship. So if you got that, you can get the Cascade Resonance Catalyst, and then you get this set 2 bonus called Xindi Weapon Platform Gains, which gives you plus 100% hit points, plus 50% defense, and plus 10% bonus damage if you have both of those consoles. But I don't. I only have 1 ship. I only have the Contortrix. So I've only got the 1 console for right now. So that's my basic setup. Again, you could do this a million different ways. This works. I'm not saying it's the best, but it works. As for my stations, obviously utilizing the Commander Tactical Station for a Rapid Fire 3. It's all about cannons, all about getting the best out of them that I can, because I got 4 dual heavy cannons up front and then 1 turret in the back, so yeah, definitely want to utilize that. Scatter Volley 2, and then I do like Torpedo Spread 2, and I don't have a heavy yield Torpedo Spread, but the Torpedo Spread 2 is pretty nice. If I do Scatter Volley and the Torpedo Spread at the same time, it's pretty powerful. I got a couple of tactical team 1s. I do have an attack pattern beta. Attack patterns very important on a tactical escort character. You want attack patterns and attack pattern beta before delta. So attack pattern beta, that's what I got. Unfortunately, it's only level 1, but hey, it's better than nothing. This space is kind of wasted. I really didn't know what to put there. I just put target shield subsystems just to have something there. It does actually work. If you hit it and use it with cannons, yes, it will work. It will, I guess, bring down enemy shields faster. So, hey, why not? For my engineering, I'm using directed energy modulation, again, to get through the shields faster, just to take down the enemy that much faster. And then I got my engineering team to heal my hull. I've got emergency power to weapons, hazard emitters, and science team too. And, of course, you could do a million different things here and build it. This works, and I'm going to show you how it works.
There will be a short downtime for the exchange at 1400 hours.
Now, I don't know if there's a unique bridge on the ship. I actually did not check that beforehand. So if there is, it would be my defaulted bridge, I would think. So I guess let's go visit the bridge and see what comes up. I have no idea. And as always, the bridge is taking forever to load. It's Contortrix. It's kind of a weird name. Kind of a weirdly designed ship in a way. I mean, it looks cool in space, but it's got this, got a couple things about it that kind of make it look weird, but it's not terrible. I want the other Xindi ship too. I can't wait. I want to try it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Wish I had it. Alright, come on, loading screen. We can do it. I've got faith in you. There you go. Okay, there is a unique bridge. Very cool. Oh, it's got some kind of gas. Hope that's an okay thing. Oh, this is neat. It's very small. But, got our library files here. And you got definitely unique display. What do we have over here? Contact duty officers. Can select a small craft. Can't go anywhere on the ship. That's a shame. So it's just a bridge. And I guess this is where I captain from. So Xindi, I guess, they don't have chairs. I'm noticing. Absolutely no chairs on the bridge. So you just stand all the time. And this steam stuff is worrying me. If that's a little distracting right there. Well, anyway, there it is. I'm glad they put that in there. A unique bridge. Always like it when they have unique bridges with the starships. I believe all starships should have a unique bridge. Okay, so cool. Now we know it exists. Just wish there was more of it. Okay, so now let's take a look at this ship in space. And I will turn off all my visuals so that you can see what it looks like by default. There we go. There's the default look of it. There you go. Let's get into some sunlight over here and we can see it better. There's underneath. We'll zoom in. There we go. Trying to keep it tilted so you can take a look at it. That's what it looks like. Very detailed. It's got a purplish color to it. I guess if you wanted to keep the purple color theme, you would have to use the Jem'Hadar set, because it's the only thing that would give you a purple look on it. Otherwise, none of the other sets would give you that purple look to it. And I haven't tried all the shield effects, so I don't know what all the shield effects would do to it. But if you turn on the Omega shield, it makes it look a little more metallic, a little more gray colored, a little less organic. And I don't know if Xindi ships are organic or not, but I think they lean toward that way, at least maybe in design. Yeah, the Omega shield just makes it look a little more industrial, I guess is the word. I like the patterning here, though. I don't know what all the other shields do to it. I haven't tried them out. If I turned on all the visuals of the Omega, so you turn on the engine effects and turn on the deflector, looks like that. I like the engine effects of the Omega. That's kind of unique, although it just doesn't match the purple part of it. The deflector has this little thing that kind of pops up here. There you go. So that's what the Omega effects look on it. I like it better with the shield effects off, so we can see what the Xindi ship looks like. I like it like that. And then with the leaving the engine effects on, I think that looks better. So as for my stats, 125 weapons, 72 shields, 64 engine, 45 auxiliary. Very high on the engines because it's an escort. I want to move fast. I want to get in there and get out of there. Let's look at the rest of the stats. 50 crew, 50% recovery rate, 23 stealth detection rating. Does that increase? No, it doesn't. Power transfer rate is near 300%. Well, 256%. That's pretty high. 43,000 hull, almost 44,000. Not a very high hull. 137% hull repair rate. 11%, 11.8%, or 11,891. Shield capacity is, again, very small, not very good. Resists are not very high. So this is a glass escort, and I do blow up more than I would want to in it. But it does a lot of damage. My crit severity is 91%, and then my crit chance is a little above 10%. 30% bonus accuracy, so it does pretty good on the attack. Movement is 28.9 degrees per second. Wow, that turns fast. That's right. That's how I can turn this fast in this thing. So that's a very nice. That's a very fast turn rate. I enjoy that a lot. Now, as for the weapon platform, it does 1,220 phaser damage. So it is phaser damage. So that means that if you want to get the best out of the weapon platform, you do want to use phaser weapons and buff that with phaser consoles, which I am using. So the phased biomatter fits perfectly with the Xindi weapon. It's that it's all phaser based, and then you can use phaser consoles, and then that will boost the phaser damage of the Xindi platform. So what does that look like? We'll launch it. It's kind of like a holographic thing, and then there it goes behind me. Xindi weapon platform. It'll fly all around. It'll follow me. It'll fire on my enemy. It has a hull of 12,402. But as I move forward, even if I go to full impulse, you'll see that it keeps pace. It'll follow me. Come to a dead stop. So it just kind of orbits me, and yeah, if I had enemies and all that, it would be firing on them right now. And that's basically the special ability of the ship. Other than that, the special ability is just having, 5 forward weapon slots. That's very powerful on an escort. For my weapons, I am doing almost 1,400 DPS each one, so that's pretty powerful. And the fleet weapons could do even higher. And I'm doing 2,000 phaser damage, so my damage is pretty high on this ship. As far as DPS goes, if you're a DPS fiend, this is a good ship for that. If you want to just do DPS, this will definitely do that, no question about it. So that's very powerful. So really, there's nothing else special. The only special ability is the console, and then just having the pure firepower of the ship and how well it turns. Those are the special abilities. So we'll go take a look at that, and you can see how well it will do. I'll just go ahead and straight transwarp there. We will go do our new patrols that we learned about. Narandra and the Tholian one. Start with the Narandra system. Let's see if I don't have any other shields I could show you right now. I'd have to go to my bank to get shields. Oh, I got the Mako shield. Could look at that one, but oh, I do have the counter command stuff on here. Counter command covariant shield. So we can switch this out after this run and just take a look at what the counter command stuff on it looks like. Because that's the counter command stuff is I have found to be pretty good for a tactical / escort character or ship. Yeah, that counter command stuff good for offensive abilities.
Jolan True. My people, security, we will build a new...
So, let's see, this is recharge good. Okay, I'm going to go in here, and the first thing I'll do is I will launch the platform so that it can follow us as long as it lasts. I guess it only lasts a minute, though. So it's not terribly long. You have 60 seconds. There we go. There it is.
Nice to see someone else who answers distress calls.
Warning, ship is under attack.
There it is, firing.
Target's shields have failed.
I'm not really using all my powers right now. I'm trying to let it do some damage so we can see what kind of damage it does. Oh, there it goes. It's attacking a battleship. Look at that. Oh, that was just a photonic decoy. Never mind.
Target's shields have failed.
Yeah, my thing is already gone. Love the turn rate, love the speed of the ship. Absolutely fantastic. Can do a lot of damage very fast. Just like that. Take all my loot. So there you go. Very fast ship. I mean, you can turn on a dime. You can move in and out very fast in battle. Get where you need to go. Do a lot of damage with this ship. And then that Xindi platform will follow you for a minute. So let's say, I guess if you had a lot of ships, you were being swarmed by a lot of ships, or you had a big, capital ship to deal with, the platform would definitely help. Definitely good against the Borg too. I've used it in all the STFs. I can use it against the Borg tactical cubes, all the other cubes. It'll fire on the gates, it'll fire on the transformers, it'll fire on the generators. It's good in pretty much every situation. I mean, it works very well. I really like it. It's basically just like having a photonic fleet, except you only got one ship and it's just a platform firing a phaser beam. But it's cool. I guess if you had a science character and you used photonic fleet a lot, and you know, buff those abilities and stuff, that would probably help the this platform too. You could have that photonic. Imagine photonic fleet plus this photonic weapon platform at the same time. Incredible.
Target shields have failed.
Huh, even that tractor beam didn't hold me. We'll zoom out so you can see wherever the... There it is. Weapon platform. Let's see, it's doing a lot of damage. But I bet it would do a whole lot more if you had like a lot of auxiliary power.
Target shields have failed.
I got caught.
Target shields have failed. Shields have failed.
Amazing. What a great ship. Huh. That was pretty cool. While we're in space here, we'll take a look at some other things. So, obviously, you know, emergency power to weapons does increase your damage, your DPS, and all that. So, remember, we are at 1392, 2088. Now, if I do emergency power to weapons, we'll watch that go up. Also, attack pattern alpha 3 also increases your damage. So watch this. Do that. We're up to 1606 and 2410, and then on top of that, do that. And we're at 2384 and then 3576. Incredible. So all these things, remember to use as a tactical character, you know, to buff your damage and all that, because it really helps. This one, 1220, I guess that's not going to change. I don't know. Might have cooled down already. I would like to see if there's any way to increase the phaser damage on that. And now that thing's cooling down. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait a minute. Also, this is also does damage increase as well. Tactical fleet too. So I wasn't even using that. So all these things you got to remember to enable. They will help. So let's wait till this cools down, and then I'll enable this, this, and this, and then see if that does anything to the Xindi weapon platform. That's what I'm curious about. This is a great ship. Very fast, very maneuverable. Turn around, so easy. It's got a unique look to it. Not terrible. Yeah, pretty cool ship. Pretty cool ship, but it is a little glassy. I will say, you know, up against the Borg and other things that I've tried it on so far, it's a little glassy, but a little more than the Nakor, I would say. More glassy than the Nakor. The Nakor, I was able to kind of sit there and take a little more damage than I was with this one. So just as a comparison, the Nakor is probably my more favorite one because it can take a little more damage. This one, yeah, it's powerful, but it blows up more often than I did in the Nakor. Let's buff that, buff that, buff that. Still 1220. It really hasn't done anything to my platform. This is sky high, but the platform, I guess it just doesn't change the phaser damage on it. I was thinking or hoping maybe it would. So I guess maybe direct auxiliary power. In fact, let's try that. Well, now I gotta wait for it to cool down. I was gonna say let's boost the auxiliary power and see if it changes anything on it. But now I have to wait till it resets for me to relaunch it. So while I'm waiting on the cooldown for that, let's go ahead and take a look at the counter command reputation on this thing, or counter command gear stuff. What is this? That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. And I mean, I could put on the other things. I guess here's the console. Oh, let's just put it there. And that. Is that everything? No, I'm missing the warp core. There we go. There's the whole Undine stuff on it. I think. Was there more? Nope, there's a that's everything. I think. Nope, there's that console. I forgot about that one too. Oh yeah, I gotta put it. It has to go in tactical. There we go. That's the whole Undine's or counter command stuff. So what that does is makes it look like that. Now it's green instead of purple. So not terrible on the looks. Definitely changed it. But now I'm firing green stuff. No, I'm not firing green stuff, but I am green. Let's see. This is all anti-proton. So yeah, this is all anti-proton. Well, that's an anti-proton resistance actually. This is all either phaser or disruptor, and I am using phaser, so I guess this will help me. My defense is 45.7. Shield's a little higher with this shield, 13.1. And what was that? Still 10% bleed through. The hull, I think, is a little higher too. 9. Crit chance is down a %, but I think accuracy is up. Movement was 28 before, and now 41. Holy crap! Is that? Whoa! Look at that turn rate. Holy monkey butt! That's crazy. I'm like turning in circles in one spot. That's insane, guys. Talk about turn rate. Wait, I'm all engine power. Why am I all engine power? And I wonder why it's turning like crazy. Something that wasn't right there. There we go. That's more like it. 34. Okay, well that's still high. 34 is still wow. So, wow. Okay, cool. That still turns really good. Okay, let's go to aux power. Is that engine or aux? No, that's engine, isn't it? No, that's, yeah, that's speed. That's engine. That's balanced. I don't want to change all my settings. I'm not gonna mess with it. I don't want to mess with it. I like it where I have it. I guess it's probably not going to show anything for increased phaser damage. But it still might do a little more damage if your auxiliary's higher. Oh well, whatever. Boy, that turns fast. Whee! Look at that, I am turning in place. That's incredible. Wow. Okay, well there you go, everybody. That is the Xindi Contortrix. And not the only thing I'm going to do with it. I will go take it into the Borg. Take it into the Borg. I will take it to the Borg and show them what they're missing. Let's put all this back and we'll do it like I had it. There we go. No, that's... what are you? Oh, you're an Andorian thing. Where's my thing I had there? What was it called? There it is. Okay, oh, and switch you out. Where are you? There you are. Okay, good. Everything's back. Okay, good. So that's what we'll do for the Borg stuff. Turn the visuals back off on that. Awesome. Alright, well, thank you for watching, everyone. Stay tuned, and we will get to the Borg Elite STFs. And then I guess, why not do an Undine battle zone? Why not? In fact, I may even change out the Omega stuff and put on the Undine Counter Command stuff for that battle zone, just so we can show something a little different. Alright, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.